Okay, so we are live. It's going on. So yeah,
We're a lot.
it's great to see you. Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks for asking me. I weren't doing nothing tonight anyway, so when you asked me, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
yeah. Welcome on my channel again. How are you? How is everything
I am
today?
good.
These days?
Things are going okay. Just I don't know. I just find everything is weird right now. The world feels weird. The energy feels different, right? So we're just trying to navigate this the best we can.
Yeah, like tell me, what do you perceive? What do you feel
It's
on
kind of weird.
energetic level?
Yeah, I can get through my days the very best. Like I've been doing a lot of self work and stuff to make my days and things go better in my life. But then I'm just watching the world outside. Looks a little chaotic, right? So just I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that we know. We just can't go and talk to people because they look at you like you're foolish. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah. Of course.
just that kind of thing. So I just basically put videos out and hope people watch and want to learn things and putting out a lot of content lately and doing shows and talking about this stuff so we can all kind of come together in our own self work and better ourselves, right? The more that we better ourselves, the more we will better the world and people around us, the way I see it.
Absolutely. I agree with you. That was very interesting to see that you shared a message from the Pleiadian Mishka.
Yes, yeah. Well,
So it was
yeah, that
very
was interesting.
nice. Yeah.
Well, I had those messages clear audience a long time ago and they went away. Then just did the meditations I've been doing every morning, it just kind of come back like a few days ago, which I'm glad because I kind of missed it, right? Because I used to journal that the stuff that come in clear audience all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's great stuff, I mean, can you share a little bit about your connection? Like, how long are you like connected?
It comes and goes quite quick, and a lot of times to
Or
me
it just
it sounds
like yeah,
yeah, it's kind of in a lot of things are in riddles. That's how it was in the past. It was like short, then I get another one. They didn't quite make sense together, so I put them all into a book, right? And it's weird because now I figured out that all the stuff back then was for now times of what I got. But it was interesting because I don't, I weren't thinking about this stuff. It just I was trying to move the energy centers in my qigong meditation, and it come back, and the voice said the star grids are shut down because of too many councils. You know what I mean? That's just what it said, and that was all it said.
mm-hmm.
Then I did the video. I can't remember now, but I did the video the other day on information I had coming in. So if anyone didn't see it, they can watch that. But then today, see, in the past, the Pleiadian name I got was Mishka, and it was a male.
Yeah.
And
Ah,
this
so
time, the
it's
voice,
like it's like feels like a male, yeah, male
yeah, the
energy.
voice. Well, it was the voice, right? Because I'm hearing a clear
Mm-hmm.
audience. But the last one, it was female. So I thought maybe I was wrong before. Maybe Mishka was the name. I didn't really think it was male or female. Then today, the voice come in, and it was the Mishka voice, but it was the male one from a long time ago, and it said, "Isabella, get over here. He's aware." So I'm thinking I have a male Pleiadian Mishka and a female Pleiadian Isabella that comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes short stuff, right? I never get no big long messages. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I used to try to do it, I'd go do that same meditation. That was the only time it really happened. And sometimes it will do it when I'm just dozing off, go to sleep. So I might start journaling again because in a couple of weeks I might have a whole book of information like I did in the past.
Oh yeah, that might be really interesting, to get back
Mhm.
after some time. So,
Yeah, it is.
so yeah, and, and you know, it's from Pleiades, right?
Yeah, Al Salone.
Uh huh. Wow.
Al Salone.
Okay.
They're
Mm-hmm.
Al Salonians. Oh,
Wow.
here, I'll just while we're killing time getting people on here, I'll read you some of my 2011 channeling that I wrote down. I kept a book with me, and sometimes I'll get a bunch of information, and before I get my pen to paper, I forget it. Like I lose it that quick.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird. But
Well,
back in
sometimes it's a
2011,
good to record. You know, it's faster to record rather than just grab a pen and write. Because yeah, it can go out fast.
see when I did it more back then, I have an old YouTube channel I can't access, and I was actually channeling them in real time without writing it down. I have a few videos on there; they're pretty interesting. But I have a playlist on my channel at Jay Skyrunner. It's old stuff.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
can find it there. But in 2011, this is what I wrote down in my book. It said, "Oh, bound by shackles, White Dragon Society. Trust
Hmm.
your abilities." It was weird stuff like I trust your abilities. I don't speak English. Subconsciousness is now consciousness. 4555 code of the galaxy of God. Call upon Zozio. Break fear of the archons of the fourth aeon. There's a spiritual and physical illness are the same. There's a none of us are dead. That is the meditation center. This is Jesus. An age of computer. Fun in the sun. Humanity will turn against mankind. I think someone is down here. Be careful. In this life lessons, I'm carried by angels. Life is fragile. Hit the button. The monster inside me needs love too. I try to stay quiet. And it said it was Doc Foster, aka King Edward. I don't know why I had King Edward come to me, but then it said, "Your connection is hope. Those that deceive us shall not pass. That is not the way. You must be kinder. In this mundane world, armies fall. I am of the white light. Are you?" Then it said, "We don't make sense sometimes, do we?" That's what the voice command said to me. So this is weird. This is 2011. So they want our DNA.
Yeah.
Then it came in as another language. It said Kobu Adizuki, make claim to higher dimensional selves, relieve the demons of draconian law and spells, force programs on our DNA skin suits. We do not agree to this toxic program. He wants to catch up to you. He's right beside you, Jamie. Saint Empire's nation. We are Legion, the Silver Nation, the Silver Legion. The world needs psychic surgery. I must be dreaming because I'm still alive. Let's stay together. Heaven's Gate is on lockdown, and that's a fact. Not happening today. This song brings down angels. Illusion of light. Gabrielle will help you. Lumily in Agartha. Fifth dimensional parallel realities. The door 124. Center all incoming energies. There's a demiurge ETs. It's okay to be angry, just don't be a victim. Stay strong and explore. Apollio, Dionysus, Rael. That was like some light language stuff again. It said
Yeah.
blue is always with you to the left. Then it was like goodbye. Just it was a goodbye,
Mm,
and that was. I might have had more stuff
interesting
after that. I
message.
just didn't bother writing it. I didn't bother writing it down, right? But
Hmm.
it was interesting
Yeah.
how they're talking about attack on our DNA and our skin suits and age of
Yeah,
computer
because it's always
and all that
about our
stuff.
DNA, about the experiments.
Hmm. There was a
So,
guy that used to run this spiritual group here in my city when I first had stuff happening. I was at a like a psychic fair, and I seen they had these groups where a lot of people went to. And this is funny. Well, I used to channel and turn really psychic when I was drinking, and I was drinking a lot more back then. So I was on Facebook talking to the guy who facilitates this meeting, and I just started channeling the craziest stuff to him. And he should have been open minded because he was running the spiritual meetings. And he was just like, "Are you on illicit drugs or something, or you need mental help?" You know what I mean? That's what he said to me because I was just like, I saved that what I wrote down, but I don't have it anymore. It was really interesting stuff, but it kind of like freaked him out. You know what I mean?
wow. I mean, there's like a mix of everything, in that message that you wrote, and it's like, yeah, it feels like in a different language. And hi, cosmic voice, Stephanie. Yeah, that's a good point to be a bit careful, like where it comes from.
Yeah, no, exactly. I get them from everywhere.
Yeah.
I get,
So how
I
do you
get,
discern
I have met.
actually when you are open? Like who comes to you?
I just, I don't care, right? I just let them all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hurting me none, right?
Yeah. I mean, mm, they are not hurting you. They are not like malevolent beings, but they are basically all having some message, and you allow them simply just to to be uh
Well,
that channel.
maybe that, like, this is going back. I don't know how many years ago that was. That's 2011. So I'm not sure now,
Hmm.
right? That's a long time. I was just writing down the voices that come in clear audiently, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, but that means that you can give them consent to come through you.
yeah, 'cause I'm always seeking, right? I'm always seeking. I had someone tell me one time to be careful what you ask for, but you know what? I I did, maybe I did some wrong. I had entity attacks for a while, but I got rid of them, right? Well, I let
Yeah,
my guard down. I had one about 3 or 4 months ago. That was probably the worst one I ever had. But when I woke up, come out of sleep paralysis, I was pissed off. Like, I'm just like, get the fuck back here. Like, why did I, you're not doing this again. You come back. You know what I mean? And I kept, like, I did that not knowingly. Like, I just jumped up and I was that mad, right? Like, then come back here, like, kind of thing.
yeah. I
I don't,
mean, that is important to care, like who is coming through you.
mhm. But I don't know what these entities were up to, right? Like,
Hmm.
why they were coming here when I was not astral traveling, out of body, like in my room, like looking back, seeing my body, walking around, then they'd come in. And I don't know what they are, if they're anything that had any dealing with beings of other races in the past that I might have had conflict with, or there were demons, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Because one looked like a cross between the alien and the predator. Then another one looked like I think I told you that, it just looked like a stick man in the kitchen with knives for hands. I could see him, even though I weren't out there yet. I knew he was there. As soon as I come around the corner, it lunged at me, and somehow I just shot lasers through my eyes and blew it through a portal in the wall.
Wow. Okay, that's like pretty wild stuff. So I mean,
Yeah,
just beware of who is around you or who is connecting to you, because yeah, there is actually very good command. I will bring it on the
but
screen.
I had a lot of
Yeah.
negative ones too, because I went through periods of my life of a lot of binge drinking, going on benders, right? And that
Yeah.
attracts lower entities, I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
So I
they
think I was
all can
allowing a
have the
lot of that
message.
in just from
Yeah.
drinking. Yeah,
Yeah, this is just a good point, to mention that. Yeah, they
but at the
just
same time, but at the same time, I looked at it as an experience, right? Not saying, "Oh my God, I got any attachment. I'm victimized and feel bad about it." Like, uh, any kind of experience to me was better than none. You know what I mean? At least I know there's something, right? Not nothing.
Yeah, I like that
I
perspective that you look at it. It is also experience. I know, but it's good. How it makes you feel. If you say they don't harm you, that is okay.
right, except for once. Yeah, the bad one I had, that was kind of harm where I felt it in the physical, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the one that was the one I was most kind of mad about. But yeah, I don't know. People talk about fallen angels and stuff. I had Azazel come to me 3 times, but there was never anything
Yeah.
negative about it.
Please share about those fallen, like that. That's interesting as well to hear.
Well, it could have been playing tricks with me, right? I was out of body, and I said I want to go to. I always said when I'm out, I'm going to remember to go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. I don't know. I might have said this. I don't know if I talked to you about it or not, but I went to the mirror, and when I looked at myself, what was looking back looked like me, but it had sharp teeth, long hair and all black eyes, and I was just smiling at myself. And it was like I was happy to see myself that way.
Mm-hmm.
Then I snapped back into sleep paralysis, and so I was like I seen through my eyelids, right? And I seen that face again, and it said, "I am Azazel," and that was that for
Yeah.
that.
Fallen. Yeah.
And it could have been a trickster. Like, why in the hell would Azazel want to look at me in the mirror and say that anyway? Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's it. They can tell you, like, this is my name. But anyway, it can be anyone unless you state that, you say truth. If you want to come to me and you want to leave some message, just be truthful and say truth, who you are. Or.
Yeah. Well, what Cosmic Voice is saying there, I don't get messages from fallen angels. I go tell it to people that's truth. I keep it to myself unless someone wants to talk about my experience, right? Message I put out is what my main message is putting out is healing and doing the self work, right?
Yeah,
If I get messages
absolutely.
coming in Pleiadian, and I'll talk about it and say what they said, even if it was them or not. It's still interesting, you know what I mean, to say it, especially when the messages ain't coming across as bad.
Mm-hmm. Is any
Basically,
message coming? Is any message coming now, like when we are talking?
no, no, and I may not get it again. It could, you know what I mean? Before it was a lot, and it only happened a few times since last week where it finally come back, kind of. And I don't know. I just don't know, right? If it's gonna continue or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna keep, hoping or anything. I'm just let it go. Just let it be, right? Because a
Oh
lot of the
yeah.
messages I got, a lot of the messages I did get in the past were for me, not for anyone else, and it was for self help for myself. As long as I don't see it as being bad, it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of understand.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Don't
every
worry. We
message
we
comes
we
with a
battled we
frequency.
we battled
Hmm.
we battled negative entities on the other side already. We just can't remember. So we can battle them here too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it all comes from the place, with love and honesty and the truth. So I understand it as well that you give it a space, to express itself.
Yeah, like basically, I wish it was at a movie like The Shadow Hunters or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it all what happens looks like from a movie. Well, this is a movie as well, we can say,
Hmm. Yeah.
because like I tell you that it was yesterday, passing, on the way on the highway. There was a like passage, when I saw 9 cars with a flat tire, like, you know
Yeah.
9 cars stopped because they got flat tire. Number 9. And it
Oh,
was the
yeah. I get
first
the number.
time that I saw, something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's numbers come. I got a friend of mine who I don't well haven't seen in a while because he was really psychic and connected, but he went down the wrong path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of the guys. I got some shows of me and him in the same room, video and us talking on my old channel. He's pretty interesting. Yeah, I had other entities too. Like I don't know what these are. People try to say whether or not angels are real or they're people playing them or not. Like I don't really care. But I had an angelic being appear in my room while I was in sleep paralysis, seeing through my eyelids and heal my lungs. And that happened 3 times. And the last time they were pissed off at me. Like they want me to stop smoking. They're like, we healed you several times now. Like in the healing wasn't just bright light and peace and healing. It friggin' hurt. Like it was painful. Them pulling stuff out of my lungs that was attached to it. And I could feel a big snap at the end of it. And I come right out of breath and couldn't breathe for a few minutes.
Mm.
And it wasn't the typical angels that people talk about either. I was getting weird names at that time, like Jophiam and Raziel. Ones
Hmm.
I never even heard tell of. I had to look them up, right? Because I didn't know what they were.
Yeah, this is really interesting because yeah, we could question like if they are who they are, if they are just like some programs or like what they actually are, or
Yeah.
even who is
And like,
guiding us, who are our guides, and just like it's us as well, our higher aspect, our higher self, our other versions.
yeah. See, the Palladium messages I think are correct because in one of my astral travels, I appeared in this castle and another being come over to me. It was very human looking, and it called me Mishka, and that was the name I got. That was getting the messages from. It said, "Hello, Mishka. We have not seen you here in a while."
Hmm.
And it was neat because I come to figure out they were saying I was in the Emerald City. So I don't know if that has nothing to do with the Emerald Order, but it said Emerald City, so I don't know really what that was, right? And I went back to that place a few times. It was kind of like kings and queens and jesters and very
Oh
very
yeah.
playful energy, parties, eating and stuff like
Oh
that. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, everything comes with certain energy frequency. So
yeah, yeah,
that,
interesting.
yeah, it's interesting, and I just look forward to and I I look forward to see to see your book. Like, go ahead, like your next one.
Yeah, if I can get the information to put down.
Yeah.
My main thing is just trying to get people to work on the human avatar that they're in, right? Because it's very important.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm gonna be putting up mostly stuff on that, right? I'll talk about experiences too, as well.
Oh yeah. I believe that. Yeah. So how long do you have like experience coming these like beings through you or through the clairvoyance?
Well,
Clear audience, actually.
I have experiences from being younger, but I can't really remember because I'm finding a lot of my past is kind of wiped from my memory. I just have a few versions of looking at myself in the third person point of view, right? And just remembering a few things. Like
Hmm.
I was having out of bodies when I was 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through my teenage years, I didn't know what they were, right? Then my parents started having them. Then they ordered books like the William book on OBEs, and when they started talking it, I'm like, holy shit, you guys are having those too? You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's actually cool that your parents were also interested in this stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's where I know of a lot of stuff that was talked about back in 1996 when they were on the original Godlike Productions and original project Camelot and Avalon. It's the same shit going on now as was back then. Exact same. Nothing changed, nothing happened, right? So that's where we got to get that thought out of our head that these programs and white hats and black hats. I know I talked about this in other shows, but it gets a little redundant when you've seen that for 35 years. That
Yeah,
keeps us
that's
waiting.
true.
Yeah, and it's a back out there now, big time. That's what's on all the podcasts now. That's what's getting all the people hopes up, right? Too interested in what the government's doing or what the white hat and dark hats are doing. And to me, that's
Hmm.
no different than the things I read about in 2001. same, same thing. Just
Hmm.
different, told in a different narrative. Because back then it was like the false channelings. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The new age when the new age came out, there was just so much of the false channelings.
All right. We have a
I
question
mean,
like those beings from Alcyon. It's up there. You have had contact with. Do you remember the color of uniform they wore? I had contact from people from Alcyon, and they were wearing both yellow and red uniforms.
trying, trying to picture it. I basically just seen what the cities look like. You know what I mean? I get messages coming in clear audiently talking about Alcalonians, Well, I used to get those a long time ago, talking about using have they had a portal to our sun and stuff like that. But I had visions of standing there and looking up and seeing planets in the sky, close, like completely different realm than what we're in. But I don't have any recollection of actually looking at them to see what they look like or wearing. But I seen the cities with what they look like they're made out of. It looked like the structure was like 3D printed cities and towers and buildings, like not construction like what we see here.
Hmm.
But on the Arcturians, I did see two Arcturians before, and it's so hard to explain. I don't even know if I can, because when I come to, it was just like it's fading from my vision, right? But they were just tall, very
Were they
not like
also
what
blue, like blue
they were.
color,
They
blue
were, yeah.
beings?
They were more humanoid looking than what you see pictures of, but their
Yeah,
heads were shaped. Their heads were shaped a
that's
little
how
different,
I feel them as well. Yeah, more humanoids.
and they were like fit. You know what I mean? They were slender, not like skinny person, but they were slender and taller.
Yeah, they usually come through with the blue color.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, their energy, you know.
Hmm.
So that's really interesting how you describe the Alcyon, that you feel more like the like how it looks, you know, the cities and from like the mm, let's call it planet itself.
Yeah. Just reading the chats at the same time.
Oh yeah,
No, we can get through what we call, whether it's a dome or a net or a frequency fence.
yeah, the Golden
We
Dome. You
we
mean?
well we yeah, we don't. I'm not sure what it is because I don't know, right? But just say it was a frequency fence, a net or something that keeps us in. I hit that before and come back in astral, couldn't get through. And I can't remember. I was showing how to do it, and I can't remember. But hopefully that comes back to me. But I know when you go to, I don't even know what the astral realm is. It's freaking weird because I don't know. Are the other? I was showing the astral world was kind of more real than here, and same as it's more real to the Pleiadians and other beings than it is on their realm, because it's kind of, well, we have a lower astral like we're stuck into, but we can.
Yeah.
I think once we know enough and activate our soul codes, we know how to go past that, right? I think a lot of this programs and conditioning and religion keeps people stuck in the lower astrals.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the way I see
You
it. Because
know,
I was
as
thinking
about
the lower astrals, eight sphere. I never looked into that yet. I'm gonna have to look into that stuff. But I was shown that when I go out, I can be stuck in my room because we're still tied to Earth realm, right? And that's where a lot of ghosts are and demonic entities and stuff. Where I was getting those attacking these beings. But then I could somehow shift from here to like, I don't know, I call it like the void, and there was like different portals to different areas of existence where you could go to, like, in an astral body to somewhere, meet the Arcturians or Pleiadians, or go another route and meet different dreamtime societies where people are projecting their own dimensional spaces and realities in dreamtime, and other realms where I would see in, like, well, they call themselves the Dark Elves, but you could connect with the just different types of beings. It's weird because it ain't
yeah,
like a dream. I'm consciously aware, going, holy shit, I'm walking through this place. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, does it feel like a false cosmos, like cosmic voice writing these lower astral realms?
Like a false cosmos.
Yeah, like
Oh,
what
I
do
don't
you
know.
say about that? I'm
Oh, I don't
curious.
know.
Like, you know.
I don't know. But all I can do is say my experience, right? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you know, just you can see the comments right on
Yeah,
the stage.
yeah.
So yeah, It is just interesting. I still hear that the lower astral realm is full of different beings, and not only the benevolent. What I'm saying, it's still the sphere of uh, m- let's say a lot of manipulation and a lot of tricksters.
Hmm. No, there is. When I'm still when this ain't the astral, this is Earth realm. There's differences, right? Are we in false reality in the Earth realm? Yeah, possibly. I think I accessed ones that weren't as well. Because I
Yeah,
had one where I was out of body in my room, then I shot out to where I grew up in my hometown, and that was like, man, I can walk through trees. So I was trying to run real fast, and I was going through the woods, and I had these like reptilian looking dogs attacking me. So there is all kinds of different entities out there. Like I had trolls jump out of me coming off drunken
wow.
benders, and somehow my other body turned big like the Hulk, and I was like beating the shit out of them. And they were like, it was weird because there was like thousands of them coming in the window after me. Just a neat, another experience.
Like, wow, there is so many beings out there in the different forms of shapes, how they appear. It's like, wow.
Oh yeah, if I thought too hard, I could think of a lot more crazier ones too. But there is spaces out here where I access, but that's not even a part of any of the construct where
Yeah,
I turn into
absolutely, I agree.
more of a more of a light body. I don't know what that was, but
So what do you so what do you feel like what's going on with our bodies and also, you know,
oh, with what? With what? Going on with what? I missed that part.
like what's going, like on an energetic level, like a lot of changes, when you refer to light bodies. Okay, but now I will switch to this physical realm. So what do you feel like what's going on here in this, like when we witness all of these, energies that are actually here, and a lot of transformation going on and a lot of timeline manipulation, and it's like just feels like that is nothing as it was before. So like what do you feel, what's going on in the physical body?
I don't know. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy right now. I feel like we're just in. I always talk about Earth timeout, and I feel like we're in a timeout. Just things don't feel the same. Go back 20 years of how you grew up. The world don't seem the same at all, right? I just go out and see mindless zombies and all these programs being put upon us that half the people are following, and then there's the people in disclosure community or awakening community. They're we're all got our own thoughts about it. We're all people talking about Sentient and all that. Like I don't know. That's been going on for a long time too, right? So are we in an Earth timeout? We could be. Just kind of like a free for all right now, past our graduation timeline, overdue. Just don't feel real. It don't feel normal. It don't feel right. I don't know how we're supposed to break out of it, really, because we're all still slaves to the system. We have to work and pay bills, pay for our rent or house. We still have to do that. I think we can do that and still work on ourselves instead of just being weak and weathered, torn human being. Means strengthen our mind, body, and spirit at the same time. Still, we can still not set back and play victims. Say, "Oh, I can't wait to leave here and never
Yeah,
come back." We can still work on having our best experiences possible right now, like right in this present moment, not yesterday or tomorrow, just right now. That's what I'm working on. And I'm finding that's making my life go better, right?
yeah, that's what we are aiming
Hmm.
for some
I think
improvement,
that's the most.
for to be able,
I
to
think that's the most
evolve and
important work
to
we
just
can.
to
Yeah, I think that's the most
live
important work we
with
can
more
do right now.
ease and grace. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, if you work on yourself as a co-creator, say we're all co-creators. Work on yourself and the I am presence to better yourself. You're going to be mentally stronger, physically stronger, healthier, age slower. To me, that's more important than trying to guess if the angels are going to save us or we're in a flat Earth or a round Earth, or the White Hats are going to save us, or the channels are fake, or like really that don't matter. It don't help us none. It doesn't
Yeah,
help us none right now.
yeah,
I say
like the
take all the
discussion about if Earth is flat or round, or if it's in the, in a black hole or whatever, doesn't help actually. Yeah, it's not that important.
well, I was like I say, I don't put these out as my beliefs or truths, but I was showing that we're in an upside down construct, flipped over from base reality. Things got too crazy and they locked it up. Like no souls left behind, right? The way I was showing is that just I don't know. I don't even want to use words, dimensions, frequencies, densities anymore. Just call it whatever you want. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or whatever, right? Then I'm seeing that inverted upside down under it. That we are in the upside down. Kind of like Stranger Things, but we're in the upside down.
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
already
yeah,
started. We started as 12th dimensional or whatever it was. We went up. Now we're back on the first plane of existence. Now we've got to do the flip. So we can
yeah,
go back to the original. So we can go back to the original first plane and go up instead of, you know what I mean? And that kind of coincides with some people saying you had to go down to number one to escape. It kind of makes sense if actually we're going up number one to escape, to flip back over to base reality.
yeah.
Well, that's an interesting theory.
It is. There's something
Well,
on it always.
when I was having these, I don't know if it's lucid dreaming or what, when I was getting that information, I was picking up information as that's why we have remembrance of Atlantis and Tataria and ancient artifacts, because when it got flipped upside down, a lot of things got copied into here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It got copied into
Yeah.
here. So they're finding those ancient
Once again.
relics, but not all of them. They're finding ancient relics and cities and stuff, but not everything. With some of it, not every piece got copied over here.
Mm, maybe.
Just
Yeah.
another theory. It's kind of how
Yeah.
I've seen that in a lucid dreaming thing. Like I'll have weird shit come to me all the time like that, and I'll have a 15-minute nap, then wake up and look at the wife and say, "Holy fuck! I was gone for like 8 hours, and it was only sleeping for 15 minutes, right?"
Yeah. Times feels differently
But a lot of
when
times, like
there's
I'll go
actually
to
no time.
experiences. I think I go to other experiences that are my own that I created too, as well. Because I go to and the whole lifetime where I'm a mobster, and also I go to another time where people can fly and we're all battling each other. It's just because we create our own,
Yeah.
like we
So
create our
did
own
you
dimensional
see?
space too.
Did you experience your other versions in other realms?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of times I have long hair, and I never see anyone
That
I know from
sounds
here.
really.
They're never the same people, but I
Yeah.
recognize them when I'm there.
Mm-hmm. So how it feels when you see yourself and in a different reality? How it feels?
Well, when I'm there, it's like I'm supposed to be there. I don't think that I'm not from there or from here. You know what I mean? It's like I'm living that experience as that person, so I don't really get to think about it that way. And a lot of them, I go to the same
Yeah, I mean
spot, right?
because that's
In
really
between the
like
intervals.
something you see your other version. It's still you, part of your soul, respectively oversoul. So just how it is, and how do you feel if it is like if you see positive, negative aspects of it.
Hmm. That's some other weird experiences too. Like I don't even know if this stuff's even real. Like our planet's real, is Mars real? But I had another experience where I was on Mars and we were in the underground in Mars, and there was these columns that were trying to activate that was going to release something that was in them to put atmosphere back in the planet. That could have been a dream too. You know what I mean? Could have just been a dream. But to me, it was the same kind of a experience as the others. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels like we are dreaming a dream. When we go outside, it's another dream, you know?
Well, yeah, we're the dreamed and we're the dreamers.
Hmm. We are
That's
daydreamers.
interesting. That's weird. I said that. Yeah, we
Literally
are the dream.
daydreamers, you know? Like when we are the dream, yeah.
We're the
So
dreamed
where we
and the
actually
dreamers.
are, where we are, where we are somewhere outside, where is our version actually that is dreaming this dream that we have here down here where we are? So are we somewhere in the starship?
I think it's somewhere in the future. I think it's a future version. I don't know why I think that, but
Mm,
oh, I got to read
yeah,
the last comment.
you know, because we have Avatar here, so like where we are actually.
That's funny that Phil said the Drops of Jupiter is one of his favorite songs because when I put a reel up of
Yeah,
mine and Maya's show on Karen's today, and Drops of Jupiter was the song that I put on that. Interesting.
yeah, drops of
That's
Jupiter.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, Cosmos, that you said that because if you go, I don't know if my reel's still up there, but that's what I put on for the background music in the reel.
Great comments, yeah, from Cosmic Voice 33.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I see a lot of entity attacks on people nowadays too. You can almost see them in them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really amazing.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah. There's way more
this.
attacks now. A lot of people ain't themselves because of it, right? They have like a different embodiment inside them as well. I think it's taken over their conscious mind a little bit, making them think different,
Mm-hmm.
changing
Yeah, that's
changing their decisions.
interesting that you say embodiment. Yeah, which is very important.
And this is funny because of the qigong I do. I went back and well, the qigong master that my father did this through, he was more on the spiritual level. That's why this qigong is different than what people think about, right? Talks about spine health a lot. In the
Oh yeah.
ancient monks, they claimed that a lot of demonic entities and demons come into people through the
Yes,
spine.
they like to attach to
Okay.
the spine. Yeah.
So the monks from Mount Shao, they were more into like this kind of stuff aspect of it. They said when they got up in the morning, they always did their spine work first thing in the morning. They had different movements for clearing up the spine, right? So I think there might be something to that if they were doing that, right? And a lot of that spine work is in the system that I originally did, right? Even just for general health, because we don't want to have bad backs, but the ancient wisdom of that was for entity and demonic attacks, or not attacks, but getting in you, whatever you call that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's a lot of entities and therefore also negative emotions being stored in the spine. It's
Yeah.
usually like that, because all of that toxicity is being, also in the spine. Spine is
Oh,
actually, the skeleton. The spine
yeah.
is just, important part of your posture that you can that you are able to stand.
Cosmic was asking me about the lyrics of that song about the cultism in it. I never really, I just like songs that I don't pay attention to lyrics unless someone told me. I'll go back and look because as being a guitar player in the band, I could never remember lyrics to be a singer. So I almost like I don't know lyrics to any songs, even the songs that we play, even the songs in the band that
Yeah.
we did our own original music. I would not know the first verse. I just know the music to it.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you play the music. So what is that music?
well, I play in an '80s
What kind
rock
of
band
music
now.
is that?
It's like a Def Leppard, Bon
Yeah.
Jovi, Ozzy Osbourne, Poison, that kind of stuff. But I played in classic rock bands, and I played in the newer stuff in the 2008, 2012 of like I used to play with. I used to open for other bigger bands like Buck Cherry, Finger 11, Shine Down, Papa Roach. We were on that kind of octane hard rock radio kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Now I just play in a band for fun. Now we get a lot of gigs because people like that music, right? People my age and up.
Yes, it's still evergreens, very popular music, and it's like legends.
Yes, and all those guys are getting very old now. Some of the guys I looked up to, they're all like passing away, and some of them are doing good. Like Iron Maiden, they're up there and they're still doing better than ever because they took care of themselves. They weren't like the other ones that got into all the drugs and stuff.
Yeah, that was actually music at the time, and they shared a lot of in their lyrics. They shared a lot. So yeah, like, and they still share, but the music that is now, it's not like it was before. It's just all being remixed, and it's just like not the same.
No, no, the music now is on a different frequency to throw us off kilter.
It's
You listen to
different
pop music,
frequency, yes,
it's well, it's kind
absolutely.
of brainwashed. That's why the kids nowadays don't act normal. They're kind of brainwashed through the music, right? That's why they killed the rebellious music era. They wanted rid of that because we were being more rebellious. They wanted more control and stuff.
Yes,
Back then, those
more.
guys like in Poison, they wouldn't follow along suit with like the music industry of how corrupt it is and stuff to make them do. That's why they ended up broke on drugs and poor and homeless. You know what I mean? They didn't
Yes,
sell their soul. Some of them did, of course, but not all of them. That was going on
not
then
all
too.
of
Like
them.
I love I love Iron Maiden, but to watch the concerts, I don't know if they're just doing it for fun or else they are controlled. But there's a lot of Illuminati symbolism in their stuff as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. A lot of symbolism and a lot of messages.
Yeah, yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as what's going on in
Uh,
the world, we don't know. We don't know, right? Like I can't put it
we
all
don't
together.
really know a lot of stuff, you know.
I went from everything. You know, a person can get into believing the Anunnaki stuff, or you can go right back to the Gnostic texts and believe that, or but none of it ties together. I ask questions when people are on other podcast shows, they don't answer because there is no answer to it. But they'll put out like I studied the Gnosticism, that's true, it's this and that. So I'm like, okay, were they friends with the Anunnaki? Were they friends with the Dracos? You know what I mean? There's no answer to it, so we don't know, right? Like it
Yeah,
don't
we
you
don't
can't
know.
you,
We
you
just
can't
have
you can't
a,
you
a
can't piece it
little
together. They don't piece
little
together well.
breadcrumbs that we know.
Mhm.
But yeah, these actually are products. Most of them are products of the Tavistock Institute
Well, I
to
was seeing a lot of it.
to
I was seeing it a
manipulate the
lot in the
masses.
past.
So yeah,
But I see things a lot different sometimes. I'm ever changing. I'm not saying I was on the Archon thing there a while back just because of the experiences I was having. But I'm seeing things now as through timeline wars, a lot of ancient text was installed here later. You know what I mean? To make us think that there was some kind of a higher power controlling us when there really wasn't. When really we do have the
hmm,
power, and that
yeah,
keeps us down, right? That keeps us completely more feeling stuck. That we always have to
yeah.
put. We're looking to the past when we should be looking to the future.
To the future and mostly be in the present.
Yeah, being in the present
Yeah.
exactly. Most important right now.
Yeah, I mean this Archon invasion and this imposing on the this negative matrix system, it's like it's time to break through and just to take the responsibility for the actions and to just be more conscious. Like whatever
Well,
is
being in
there, I
that,
mean, they need
yeah.
consent. Everything needs consent. If we are like negligent and if we are ignorant, if we don't care, it's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is happening now. I did a video on that of how people think it's like this. We're looking to the past, we could be looking to the future. But I'm just seeing spirals, right? Everything's happening in spirals. And I think that's why a lot of us are tapping into other things because it's right beside us. It's right beside us. And we're tapping into
Yeah, it's happening
multiple
for us.
or
It's
multiple
happening
timelines of
for
it.
us to see.
But you could tap into a timeline and that wouldn't be an absolute truth because you've seen it because there's another 100 besides that, right? So it's confusing, very confusing at the most. But when we talk about living in the present, the reason why I hop on it because it helped me. I'd wake up, especially when I was running my own business, I'd wake up stressed about yesterday and worried about what's coming. You know what I mean? Rushing, eating bad. You know what I mean? Then I stop, take the time to do
Yeah.
self work in the
Yeah,
mornings
you're not in that
and just
hamster wheel.
not worrying about the other stuff. Oh no, I'm not even, I'm only, I mean, here, I'm not worried about 10 o'clock today or 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's not even my mind. And when I started approaching, even when I approached situations where I had to deal with nasty contractors or homeowners, things started going a lot better because I weren't projecting the fear ahead of time in me now, right? So it helped. That's what's helping me, right? So that's where I'm sticking with even trying to do more self work now. Like I get lazy too and don't do it, but what how it's helping me, I'm like, well, it's obviously working, so I better keep doing it.
Yeah, that's great. Keep going. Everyone
Mhm.
keep going. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have some methods, some modalities to get into relaxed stage, just to calm down and just to be and meditate and just, be still. Because I
Yeah.
see that people around, the world, their nervous system is on, and they're just reactive, and they just, they are freaking and just chasing things, in survival mind. And I just say this is not the solution.
No.
So
And if
this is our challenge. This is our challenge to, to calm down the system and be in the present moment and be
mhm,
aware.
yeah, and I think that the more that you do that, the more that everybody's going to be their own spiritual master. They're going to get their own psychic readings, be their own healer. You know what I mean? Because everyone, no one's any more special than anyone else. We all, we're not gonna say all, just some of us are so dumbed down that we can never snap out of it. But people that do want to do any kind of self work with themselves and not live in fear and panic and stress, they're going to
Oh yeah,
access it. Everyone's going to access it more.
yeah, I saw today, or yesterday it was also uh, a T-shirt with the writing "Faith over Fear." The
Hmm. And I'm going,
best
even
is
though
no
I'm saying
fear.
everything's going good, I'm saying everything's going good for me, but on on a level of how everyone functions, it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not working that much right now. I'm not getting my bills paid, but I have
Absolutely.
enough. But I have enough to get through each day, and I'm just happy with that right now. Because if I keep worrying about it, that's how I got stuck in these traps in the past. But usually,
Because
if I don't
worrying
worry about it,
doesn't help you.
no, like
Yeah, worrying doesn't help you anyway.
before before Christmas, I was like, fuck, we ain't got enough hours the next couple of weeks. I gotta pay Christmas, try to pay rent. I'm not gonna worry about it. Get all stressed out like I used to. I just did each day, being in the I am present of the now. Then a couple days later in that week, we got offered a cash job where we made $1,000 a piece in one day. You know what I mean? It's always there. It's there if you don't focus on the worry. Like something, if you're always in the now, something
Yeah,
better
this
is
is very
that is
good
going to happen.
comment. Why? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Why to worry? We don't have a control over majority
No,
of the things that are going on, but we have control over our mindset, our thoughts, actions, decisions.
hmm, I was writing a
So
message.
this is very
Well,
good. Yeah. Tell me. Yeah.
I was making my coffee and I read it on my computer because I can't read my writing on a piece of paper. I had to get my glasses and try to cipher this mess out. But this was kind of a message I was getting for the collective for right now. It was that we got to bring clarity to ourselves, bring peace and understanding and forgiveness, right? Even around other people,
Exactly.
Pe- pe-
Forgiveness,
people,
clarity, and
people,
deeper understanding.
yeah, like with people's situations and feelings, and also follow your own desires because a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? Like I know a guy who's going to university rich parents, and they got mad at him and kicked him out because he quit because he wanted to be a florist. That was his passion. So right now, well, it's always a time, but follow your desires because your desires are not unholy. Ignite the fire creation within and do what you want to do without judgment or really caring what others think. Face challenges head on and grow. Be your own king or queen on your own throne. Because all of, let's say, just these beings, all of your angels, black guides, soul family, whatever, they're with you at all the times. Because you know how when you go out and something can spark you and you might get mad, tell somebody off, or freak out, go outside of yourself. Put yourself out here, then you're the director of this character that's operating in this movie. You know what I mean? Are you going to
Yes.
act that way? If you go outside of yourself and you're the director watching what you're doing, maybe you won't, you're going to think before you do, something hasty or wrong, right? In another way I was looking at that is just say you're going out, because I see this all the time because people are fucked up. Like someone cuts you off, there's road rage, you get out, you could flip the person off, kick their car, then that ruins your day. And then someone at work, you're already mad that the person didn't do nothing to you. You already had that fire built within to freak out anyway, so it weren't that person's fault, but you freak out at them. If you could stop and think of it this way, like, okay, just say you passed away and you were having a 360-degree panoramic life review being shown to you, and you're watching yourself act like this. You'll be like, holy shit, why did I act like that? I shouldn't have did that. So when situations arise, and just take yourself out as if you're having like a 360 panoramic, I call it looking in of the situation you're in. You would be mad at yourself or embarrassed or why did I act like that? So I'll try to get that thought in my head. If something's coming on, I've seen this happen at work. Like, because I used to get so mad that I would just quit, tell the boss off, kick a hole in the wall. You know what I mean? Just that they're ancient samurai power, whatever it comes through me sometimes. But
Yeah.
there is a time where that's called for, right? It ain't all about love and light being spiritual. There is time to be a warrior. Like, that's why the ancient samurais were like monks, but also fierce warriors as well. That's why I say we got to be the modern ancient warrior in modern times. But if you see yourself in that situation, just go outside yourself and look at it either both ways that I said, right? As the director,
Yeah.
looking
Exactly.
at this character, that sometimes this ain't even your own character, because that character ain't me that went out and did that. That character was a byproduct of the outside world, made me do that. So if you had a direct, you could be your director. It's like, oh no, don't do that. You know what I mean? But we got to be conscious of that, be conscious of our unconscious thoughts to be able to control ourselves. But I think the more we work
Yeah.
on it, the more we can do it, right?
Absolutely. Because it's about, this comes all from the survival mind. And you're
Mhm.
reactive and not responding. You're reacting, overreacting.
Yeah, and
You
I
know?
I see it I see it every day with people. I'm like, oh my god, look at these people. They're already
Yeah,
mad before
because
they go out.
you see,
Yeah, they're.
they're very overreacting.
I used to get worried what people thought, right? Like
The
even on
opposite to
jobs,
be a spiritual Jedi. Yeah.
like if the big, it's like if a big boss or somebody come in, they're pissed off and they're giving me shit. I used to get worried about that. And the guy I work with, he just thinks it's kind of funny because he'll try to apologize and I'll try to make things right. And I'll just look at him and say, "That's a you problem, not a me problem." You know what I mean? You got to be stern. You got to put it out there.
Yeah.
Don't hold back your
It's their
thoughts.
projection. It's their stuff, that they have unhealed, unprocessed. It triggers them. It's their
Yeah, and it's
internal
not being
trauma,
arrogant.
bounce,
It's
anything.
Yeah, and it's hard for people to come out of that, and that's why a lot of people have shame and guilt and low self-esteem, right? Because they're too worried about the other
And
person's
those,
thoughts.
yes, and therefore they feed these lower astral entities. That's they why like
Hmm.
to attach to these
Yeah,
kind of beings that are actually, because they're vibrating, in a low frequency with all of these negative emotions.
yeah. One thing I do in the morning, this is very powerful to clear. I'll show you just so you can know how to do it. When I get up, I usually like I'll wake up and I'll do my breathing, my breath work stuff before I get out of bed, right? Because we don't breathe right, and it's been helping me, especially heal my lungs. But I'll get up. I do a couple other things, but I'll take both hands here and you pull your shoulder blades back as far as you can, right? And you're standing straight. And I start off with 20% power, 35, 40, and I'm pressing my hands together at 50% power while my shoulder blades are pulled back. if you push hard for a while, then when you pull your hands apart, you can feel that magnetic pull and tingling in your fingers.
Yeah, you feel the energy.
In ancient qigong practice, what that does, that's realigning your spine and can get rid of the entities that we talked about. Helps realign the spine, and after pressing the way we're holding it and pull it out, that energy you're feeling is sending oxygen and blood to all the extremities from your bone marrow to your skin, so it's actually
Hmm.
healing as well. So I'll do that
Yeah,
every morning when I get up. I'll hold it for a long time, then have the hard time pulling it apart. And in my mind, I'm just telling myself that it's, well, all the healing aspects of it. But you can feel your back pain and spine start going away if you have any, just by holding that posture. Just little things that you can do, right?
this is
Then
really
a lot of our
good.
energies.
Qigong is very healing, exercise too. Yeah, I mean, it's
Mhm.
great to be present in the body and just to, to embody that energy
Well,
wherever and feel it in your body and work with that.
we're not meant to be still and not move, right? Like,
No,
it doesn't even have to be
no.
qigong. Like, I do martial arts too. Well, I got back into it a couple years ago after years of not doing it. But when you're doing stuff, you're moving, you're stretching, you're getting rid of blockages anyway. Because a lot of times we get blockages because I know a lot of people can't
Yeah,
even bend over
because
their
of
knees,
blocked
right?
energy in the meridians. That's why energy doesn't flow. The blood doesn't flow, lymph doesn't flow. Yeah, energy
Just
doesn't flow. So obviously,
so get up in the morning, maybe do some breath work, meditate, whatever it is, and it's just as simple as doing your own stretching routine every day. It only takes 5 minutes, right?
yeah, that's
At
pretty
least
enough.
you're doing something.
Few
Most
minutes
people don't
every
do it,
day to
right?
find just for yourself,
Yeah.
for the
Well, this is what I talked
exercise
about in the
or for
last show I was on.
meditation. Yeah.
I talked about in this
Hmm?
last show I was on today. It's like if you get up early, we're getting up and working on ourselves before the world wakes up and projects itself upon us, right? That's why I set my alarm an hour earlier each day than when I'd normally get up.
Oh yeah.
That's even if
That's
you just get
that's
up
really
early and
great.
just
You build up healthy habits, and some
even if
discipline
yeah,
to
I'm doing
take a
all the
self
work I
care.
talk about now, but some people, even if it was just getting up an hour early, don't go on your phone, don't scroll, don't do anything, just sit down and think and have your cup of tea or coffee. You know what I mean? That's just as important as well because you're still, you know what I mean? You're still in
Oh
the
yeah.
in the I am. You're with yourself in your own thought.
So true.
'Cause I used to love getting up in the morning first thing
So
early myself and have a coffee and a cigarette, right? You know what I mean? Even though I did quit smoking, I am vaping to keep me off the cigarettes, but I'm planning on this being my last week. Then I'm gonna go to like the gum and stuff, so I'm not inhaling anything, and eventually just not use that either. Because I've been trying for years, right? So I actually put it in my mind 3 weeks ago. It's okay, it's time. Listen to my own goddamn advice. Don't tell, you know what I mean? Don't keep telling other people. Do my own advice,
yeah.
which I'm doing a half decent job at. There was a few mornings I get up, I was so tired from work, I didn't do my stuff. But it's like I've been following this guy. He's pretty good, like Shaolin monk. It's like if do it anyway. I'm copping out if I think it's too hard because
Oh yeah,
every time you
Shaolin
go through
monks. They're really good
every time you
stuff.
go he said, every time you go through something hard in life, you always come out stronger. So if you get up, you don't feel like it, you think it's too hard, you got to do it anyway. Like a dull sword
Yes,
never
eventually,
sharpens
yes.
itself. And you know what I'm gonna do? Like I like
Yeah.
everything I learned and did. I went to all the master levels in the qigong for as a healing modality. I'm only gonna do it because I enjoy this stuff and I feel connected to it. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a year-long course of Shaolin training just because I like it. I think it might help me better too, right? So I'm gonna get into more of the other aspects of qigong than just self healing stuff. But they
That's
do there's like
amazing. That's amazing
hours and
because
hours of
yeah,
different
that actually
exercises.
you get more complex qigong.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like self work. There's a lot of like Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, and even like it's got like aspects of kung fu in it as well, right?
Yes.
So in which I do martial arts, so I'm like, oh yeah, they see it all combined together because that's what they do over there, right? Because qigong come before kung fu. What happened was when you read the old stories, it's interesting. The monks were so spiritually advanced, but they were so weak until I don't know.
Hmm.
There's a story about a monk come from somewhere to the temple and seen that they were spiritually advanced, but their bodies were weak. And where he come from, they trained the body equal as the mind, right? So he brought ancient wisdom to them so they combined it all together.
Oh yeah. Wow. So what do you think? Do we do some collective reading for 2026, or you wanna do like something else?
But if you want to, I think my message was what I kind of said earlier, the one I read that I wrote down there. That was kind of my message for this year.
Yeah, basically yes, you're right.
I got to keep reading what I wrote down every day for myself, so I can implant that in my own mind. But I think my main thing for here on out going
Yeah, well,
forward
is
is
that
I'm not gonna do many shows anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'll go on shows with you anytime because it's great just to have discussions and talk, right? But as far as like all the people say the bigger podcasts and stuff like that, I'm not going to bother with unless someone wants to bring me on to talk about my healing modality. I'll go on and talk about that, but I'm not going to get in
hmm
it any. I'm not going to get into the galactic stuff so much because we don't know, right? I'm not going to. I'll put it out on my own channel for information that I pick up. And I always say, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's experiences that I had and things that come to me, right? But I'm not going to go on other shows and put that out there, right?
yeah.
People can go to my channel and watch it, right? But I'll go on other shows and talk about the healing stuff. Then there's certain people like
Yeah.
Karen and Holton and you that, of course, we can have as many shows as we want on anything. Like
Yeah, I
I just think
understand.
that
So
I think that's a better plan for me going forward, right? There's still too many
hmm
people putting things out as the truth and causing arguments, and they kind of get pissed off for people in the chat for asking questions. You know what I mean, and stuff like that.
yeah, okay. I see. So now you're more focused on
But
qigong
as far as like doing
and
readings and healings, yes,
yeah,
readings and healings
and
and
healings
tangible
as well, yes.
things that's going to help
hmm
stuff that's going to help people in the here and the now, right? Everything else can be considered hearsay, no matter who's saying it as a guru or what. Like, it's good to talk about and discuss and all that, but yeah, my focus going on here
Yeah,
forward is that.
yeah, that's good. I mean,
And doing reading shows are fun. I'll keep doing those. We'll keep doing those. I'll bring you on again. We'll do another show, three of us together. Or
keep
I like
going.
having different
Yes,
people on.
we can
So,
do more shows together. Also with Mia, it's up to you. But yeah, that would be really great, and just to keep sharing,
yeah,
and keep
I don't want
going.
to bring. Yeah, I'm not, and I don't want to bring people on because they're popular and they got certain beliefs to put out. I want to bring the unknown people that have their own experiences. Where I started doing that, I just haven't asked anyone else. No one reached out. I don't know who to ask yet. But I'm gonna start bringing people on to tell their experiences. That's I find that's very important. Probably one of the most important things to do right now. Let people have their
Yeah,
story told, right?
it's very important. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important. Yeah, to help raise awareness.
Mm-hmm. Because there could be someone sitting there watching these shows, but don't get asked to go on shows because the podcaster don't see them as an influencer or famous enough, and they could have stuff that's been coming to them all their life that's very important and it's not getting out there because every spark of someone's experiences helps someone else too, right?
Yes, yes, it's like sharing is caring. What's going on in
Mm-hmm.
your spaces is actually will happen in someone else spaces. So, and mirror neurons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's great. Um, yeah, I also feel that it's gonna be more movement towards the authenticity, and towards the purpose. More stuff coming up, more clarity, as you said. A lot of
That's what
traveling,
we.
and I think yeah, it's gonna
That's
be more interesting, even more interesting.
oh, it's gonna be interesting because I try not to follow anything that's going on out there, but I do see things when I'm scrolling. Hear what people are saying. It's gonna get very interesting because especially
Yeah,
Canada's going right to the shitter where they're trying to make us homeless and follow the 50-minute cities in the WEF. They sold us out to China. Like it's gonna. I'm thinking it's a very good thing. I'm glad that happened because it's got to get so bad for people to wake up and not be comfortable no more. Then maybe they'll
yes.
resist, fight back.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like,
everything is
bring her on.
happening just in this absurd way, just to wake people up, just see, and it's
Yeah,
so absurd what's going on.
then you see the people that will still follow it too, right? Big division, but it's interesting. I'm like, bring it on. I can't. People's like I know back in the
Yeah,
country I come from, they're not going to walk in and take their house and land because they still have.
yeah,
I better not say that on YouTube. They will fight back.
yeah. I mean, some portion of people will never do their job because they have chosen different path, different plan. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's no push, no push. Just everyone has its own pace, and that it's okay unless you're taking steps and moving forward. It's okay, you know.
Hmm.
If not, that's also okay. Just it's okay to to respect others and show them kindness as well. Just move on. Anyway, the thing, these kind of connections are actually ending. So who is not like aligned, who is far away from you when it comes on frequency, it's
Hmm.
anyway going to lose the track with you. So things are happening naturally. The
It is. Yeah.
cycle is closing. That's what I
Oh
want
yeah.
to
You'll
say.
get. Yeah. It's like it backfires on them, right? Because it's going to make enough people not want to put up the shit because people's not going to let social services come in and take their kids because they're not following this new government rule of everything they're trying to mandate. Like people will fight back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's the time to have that responsibility and don't to delegate it someone else, right?
Yeah.
To be You are the responsible for your own life. That's the main message. Be truthful to yourself and be honest. Ask yourself, like, how do you want to continue? Like, what's
Hmm.
important?
Yeah.
That's it,
I'm
because we
working
get
on.
to clean up a lot of stuff. But first of all, in personal lives, and then also in a collective level.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on getting out of the system because I teach my own martial arts school back home. I'm gonna get back into doing music lessons because I can make enough money doing both to pay my bills, even though it ain't the same as working. But then try to expand and grow on it because I find the more I work, I don't want to put attention into that, right? Then
No,
maybe
but
I'll
it's
start my own.
amazing. It's
I
amazing
might
because
start.
you're your own boss.
Yeah, and I'm getting out of the system of control, right? Where I'm on someone else's time. Like I might even where I go to martial arts, they'll let me use the space. If I might try to start my own in-person qigong school here as well, because no one's teaching it, right? So I try to start a school in that,
Yeah, that's great.
as well as online. Like I'm trying to get, I got to finish up with my buddy to finish recording and editing my video course. So I'm working on that as well.
Yeah, I'm actually happy to hear that.
If anyone
Like
wants it or
you,
not, I don't know.
that
I'm
you
gonna make it
expand
anyway.
in this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great to hear that you want to expand and just
do things you like.
to grow in this
Yes.
area, because it's very needed and it's very important, not only for kids, but kids are actually, yeah, the future. Kids, we are all of our we are kids still.
Try to be. Try to be.
And you
Still
have
fun
this
kids.
Pleiadian energy that is very, is very joyful and very like a kid, childish as well. This happiness and spontaneity and joy. Have joy.
Somewhat.
That's important. Just from the simple things that happen daily in life. Just that we are
Mhm.
alive, that we are breathing. And just having joy. On this journey.
Yeah, it's funny looking back. I had to go through like 6 dark nights of the soul even to get myself to think of how I'm thinking now, and I'm not quite there yet because you know what I mean. We all go through hard times that weren't so great for me 6 years ago mentally. It could have been. It was just me in my own mind, right, causing that shit. But
You know what came to me right now, like regarding the Alcyon, because I think it's galactic core there, like justice, something connected with that. And I feel you there, like
yeah,
part of them, to be like a judge or something like that for the justice, that being in Alcyon.
I had a message today come from it was weird. I was going to talk about it last show, but I forgot. It someone was talking about healing and higher versions of ourselves if they need healed, and the voice came into me and said Palladians don't get cancer. I was like, what the hell?
Hmm?
I don't think they don't get sick like we do, right?
Mm, no, not really, but they also have some stuff going on up there. It's not everything love and light. They
No, no,
also
not
have
no.
their issues, but obviously they don't. They are humanoids, but they have different bodies and different. I guess
Yeah,
they have different food, if like in some source of energy, what they
they have
actually
higher. Well, they have
eat.
higher versions of them. They have higher versions of themselves too.
Yes, so they have humanoid shape, but I guess they work differently.
Yeah, I used to know a lot. I had a lot of information on that, but that was like going back 10, 15 years ago. I can't remember what it was now. I do have my book still here, but my writing is so scribbled I can't understand half of it. So try to decipher it.
Mm-hmm. And yes, you mentioned also some galactic wars.
Right. Yeah.
So I also feel you involved in those, like a
Yeah. I don't know anything
captain,
about it right
something
now.
like in your ship.
I don't know anything about that. I only get things about that as if I'm doing a show or recording myself, but I just letting the information come. Then I forget it because it's not something that I know. It just comes into me sporadically at the time of when I'm doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever I talked about in my video today, I have no idea. I'd have to go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just I share that what I feel like, what's coming up, which energy I feel, the versions of you.
Yeah.
But I pretty much see you now like in a captain in a spaceship, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like coming up in a different visions.
Could be.
Yeah, and you have partially also some connections with the Anunnaki as well. There is a, or you might have something, their
Yeah.
DNA,
I don't.
but yes, feels like that.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. That's how we get some of the information coming in because we're sharing it through our DNA, part of our DNA soul body that's in us, that's been with us on other realms and as other beings, right? It's in us all here. I
Mm,
think the way I'm seeing it.
yeah, I feel
But
different energy coming through. It's not only this
yeah.
Pleiadian or Anunnaki
Oh
ones.
no,
I
no.
feel even
I,
Andromedan. There's really Syrian a lot.
yeah, I pick up on Arcturian Palladian a lot, but I do get Syrian and
Arcturian
Orion
as well. Yes.
and Arcturian. I mean, and Andromedan stuff coming in. I get a lot of Andromedan
Mm-hmm.
stuff coming in from inner Earth beings. That's how I pick up on them.
Like you mean from Agartha
Yeah,
or from like Telosians?
Yeah, they had something
or
to do with Andromeda, like way back before any stories of our creations, kind of thing. Like they had something to do with that. I think I talked about it once, but I can't remember what it was.
Mhm. Yeah,
Interesting, but
because I now I'm
interesting
tapping more
stuff.
into that.
I wish we could just all of a sudden know everything, right? You know what I mean? It's mind boggling like that. But at least we're trying to piece it together instead of being mindless slaves. That's one good way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
We're thinking
it's
outside.
also a good way, to discern really. If you want to
Mhm.
keep open up, yourself,
Yeah.
or you want to focus on different stuff and just to protect your energy field.
Mhm. Yeah, that's something I do too. It's in part of my qigong. It's not my I had my own version because I was getting what I was saying when I was writing down my healing book since 2011. It was a lot of Pleiadian messages about healing, and it goes right alongside of the qigong stuff, right? They were showing me ways to get rid of any attachments, and people say chips and seals or anything in your quantum realm. Just and it's so simple, right? It just works almost the same way as regular energy work, really. But we've been going for a
Yeah.
long time. I think I'm gonna have to get off of here.
Okay,
Like
so the Derek is
I'm just
asking this last question. Why is there so much gossip in the phenomenon communities?
I don't know. I'm seeing it too. I'm seeing it too. Woo. I'm just I'm observing it and keep my mouth shut. But yeah, there is. There's just too much. I don't know. We
There
I
is
think
not
just a
only
lot of
gossip, not only gossip, but also the stupid division,
well, that's it. It's the division. I try to say no part in that whatsoever. Right?
Yeah,
It's
because
getting
they
bad
know what
now.
they are doing. They do
Yeah.
whatever against against united people, because united we stand stronger. But for some reason they try to keep us divided, even communities, which are not everyone is really spiritual, but that's a different topic. So
No, it got more worse within the last year. Right? That's when I seen it start
it's
happening more.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
well, the thing is, people putting information out is mostly, like I said, trying to be an influencer for views and fame, right? Putting up things as their own truths. Then they end up fighting with other people, claiming they sold their work and you're wrong, I'm right. Kind of, that's just been gradually getting worse and worse, right? I see it. I'm on all their Facebooks too. I must have a chance to scroll down through it. I see that. I see all that going on. And I'm like, holy fuck, again?
oh yeah, we can just keep going and just
Yeah,
moving
exactly.
forward, do
That's
our
what we're trying to do.
best that
Pushing
we
forward, do the best
can.
we can.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I say
As
shows
you
like
say.
shows I've been doing and you've been doing and some others I know, I think we're doing the right thing. Getting people on to have discussions without judgment, bringing people on to share their experiences. You know what I mean? But they don't, the way it is, like, I understand why podcasters do that. They don't want to bring an unknown on to share experiences, even though it's very important because it doesn't bring views, right?
Yeah,
And that's what
but
I said earlier. I want to bring
important
all
is
the
for us
people
to
that,
connect,
yeah, yeah,
and just talk, and as I say, raise the awareness, because awareness is a master key.
and
Whatever
that's
is
starting.
going on,
That's
just
starting now. There's a lot of people doing what we are, bringing different guests on to tell their experiences and share with people in the chat, having roundtables of 3 or 4 people together, and it's friendly and it helps us expand our consciousness expansion, right? Because we're consciousness explorers, I say, connecting together, try to get our
yeah,
remembering DNA wisdom, remembering that's deep within ourselves, connecting with each other.
yeah. We are intended, we are meant to help each other, elevate each other based on our soul contracts, and the other, like we are meant to help like each other and lift, inspire, and
Yeah,
empower. And this
it's
is what
good.
I love on it, that whatever, whoever comes across your path, it's not a coincidence, it's meant to be. you know there's always
Hmm.
some teaching, some lesson in it, and there's always possibility to help someone.
Yeah,
At
Yeah.
least, just listen, hug, or just, be there.
No, I would say even just you see people angry going to the store, they're in a rush, don't want no one talks to each other. One of the best things you can do is just say hello and smile at them. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, here I have experience. If I go outside and I just say, like, have a great day, or I just, yeah, do you want to hug? Okay, let's hug, It's like just very simple, just to say thank you for all what you do today in the Walmart store, you know.
Hmm.
I just felt like to say, she wanted to pass, with this uh transporter that carries, all of these boxes, with groceries. And I
Yeah.
just she said thank you, and I just said thank you for your work, for what you do, because it's important. Someone has to do this, stocking shelves and do working in Walmart. However, it's like crazy job, so
Yeah.
just be grateful. Each of us, we have our certain role, and there is a reason we are part of the one collective. We are one anyway, so we do for each other. So it's just so cool. You feel that
Yeah.
different, that shift in energy, if you
Yeah.
are kind to
Definitely.
someone, and that someone,
Yeah.
you smile, or you just empower like this, and you receive it back, because
Hmm. Yeah.
it's very nice. It's
Yeah.
just very nice to be kind.
Yeah. No, it is. And to be funny. Be funny as well. Be funny.
And
Act as a
funny as
child.
well, yeah. Yeah,
But yes,
that's also very
I'm gonna get off
important, the
here.
joy.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get only reason I get going because I don't know. I just started feeling off. Like I'm almost like
One
blurry
hour
vision.
26, something like that. So just do you want to add something else, and also how people can connect with you? Because I'll put your website down, but if you would like to add something before we finish.
Oh, no, I think just find me at YouTube at Jay Skyrunner. I think maybe I'm just hungry and get weak and getting. I was on a couple shows today and doing my own stuff. I think it's getting blurry vision from looking at the phone too much.
Yeah, of
I gotta
course.
go, and I should get ready for go to bed. I gotta get up at 5. So thanks for
Absolutely.
having me on
Thank you
again.
for coming.
It's always
Thank you
great.
for coming and for sharing, because it's always very uplifting, and I just like to have you on my channel.
No,
So
it's always great. It's
I
always a great
look
conversation.
forward to next ones. I will share your details below in the description under the video.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, guys, like, subscribe, share, and help support the channel, so I can continue bringing more guests. So for today, it's okay. We close it, right? Because it's
Yeah,
time as well. We go almost 1.5 hours. So yeah, let's replenish the energy. Let's rest.
yeah. That's why I gotta go hit the bed. Okay,
So
we'll
yeah,
talk to you later.
take
Okay.
care, everyone. Yeah, thank you
Okay.
for
Bye.
watching. Thank you, Jay. Bye.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Bye.
Bye.